Yo, it's your boy Ash, and here we are for an episode of the RTG series. Guys, mistakes have been made. I had to put my hands up in the air and say mistakes have been made. Predicting the market, it turns out, it's not that easy. You're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days, good weeks and bad weeks. We're having a bad week right now. And for somebody that's only got, £700 in the game, when you lose 50% of all your profits in a week, it's not good. It's not good. So let me delve straight in. Before we do that though, quickly just mention thank you to everyone again that's subscribing. We've got 36 subscribers now, so we're getting there little by little. If you are after getting invited to Sorare or you're just new to the platform, all you need to do, as always, guys, is just go into this link, sorare.com/r/AshMann-88. I love saying that. So you just got to follow the link. Since the last video, we have actually got one new person. We had 9, we've got 10. Mr. Stuart Byrne, and I can see here that what looks like Football Frenzy's actually started on 1 here. We've got Tesman 1984 on a solid 2, and obviously AJ. So little by little, it is taking a very long time, but guys, we're getting there, and I really appreciate everyone that is trying. Obviously, we're trying to work towards this unique so we can go ahead and make some money. Okay, so where do I go from here? Where do I start? Okay, the only one place we can start is we're going to go straight to Sorare data. Just so you know, this is getting done. Let's refresh the page and let's see what we're working with. It's not good, guys. It doesn't make good reading. Look at that. £595. It almost makes me feel a bit sick looking at that. Now, I start with £500 in the game, guys. It's no secret. I went up to around 700 at one point. I think it was at 720. I think 730. We're at 595, and it's not as if I went and just bought some ridiculous players that I knew I was never going to make money back. I've gone and bought prospects. I've gone and brought players that were injured. So I've done everything that I believe is the right thing, and I do stick by it. However, though, proof's in the pudding. The players that are giving me the shaft right now, guys, and I'm just absolutely devastated, is Lucas Perrin. If we click on him, we're going to see straight away what we paid for him. If I remember correctly, it couldn't have been any more than sort of £80. We paid for him, when it goes on, we paid £82.63. I mean, he was dropping all the way to 62, and he's only just been going now for around 68 to say £70. So I'm losing around £15 on this player as it stands. If we go to his teammate, Ibrahima Sissoko, plays in midfield. This guy I paid around £98 for. If we have a look, £97. It's actually 98, but with the ETH drop, it's gone down to 97. So £98 I paid. Look at this. £58. This guy is just the bane of my life at the moment. I bought him here because I thought he was going for around £120 for a week or so, and I thought, brilliant, this guy is going to be a play for the future. He's only, 23? He's in his first team start. He's played over 20 games a season, and then as soon as I bought him, it's just my luck, he goes from 97, drops down, drops down, drops down, drops down. I mean, what do I do now? Do I just sell him and try and make some money? Do I just keep him? That's what we're sort of debating at the moment. Some other players are dropping, guys. I mean, this is what, 16.8% reduction, a massive 34. This is the big one. Another 31%. I mean, this guy's kicking me in the teeth as well. And you know what really, when we look at it, and we'll have a look in a second, these players, when I was buying them, were hitting great scores. I'm talking 60 plus, as you'll see, 55, 60 plus minimum upwards. With the points and the percentages add-ons, these guys were probably hitting around 70. Then I buy all these players, and for like 2 weeks back to back, they're getting scores of 25 and 40 maximum, and it's just like, come on guys, seriously, do you know what I mean? So we've got this guy here, we got him for £69.75, so around £70. Look at this, he's just been going for 40 quid. But look where he was, at £90, he dropped down to 65, went back up to nearly 90, well 93, 94 pounds. I got him here thinking, wow, got him for just under 70 quid, and he probably will go for about 80 pounds, maybe 90 pounds moving forwards. and then again he drops. So when I'm saying I'm losing players, I'm losing money, I am, because look, 5%, 5%, 1.4%, 3.3%, I mean 1.2%, but look at this, 62% reduction, 27, 23, 16.8, 34, 31. These guys are just dropping like crazy right now. And the problem we've got as well is that they're not going to go up anytime soon. Because of the next week coming, which is all the Champions League matches, these players, I don't believe are actually playing the Champions League. Well, definitely Hoffenheim players aren't. Strasbourg, I'd have to double check. I don't believe they are. I'll have to double check that. But if they're not, which I don't think they are, then basically we've got a stack of a team here who basically aren't going to be playing. Now, normally what I would be doing at this point is I would use this week, keep some liquid money, whether it's £100, £150, keep liquid money, and this week, because players are at an all-time low, is buy them players, and then the week after, when the Premier League and the Bundesliga and League One and such as start back up again, I'll just automatically cash in like I did last time, and that's how we made that £200. The problem I've got is that I put that full £500 into players. It got me to £700. I went and bought myself a real nice team that I think is going to give me rewards every week. And I went and paid for players such as Hamari Traore, Martin Hongler, Conrad De La Fuente. So I went for these players that were going to potentially go skyrocket, whether or not, I mean, he's only 23, he's only 19, Hamari Traore was injured at that time, but he's back in the team. So these players, I thought, either for the future or are going to skyrocket at some point, so we'll cash in. The problem I've got now, though, is that all my money is in the players. Do you see? So they're all in the players now. So what do? Do I just put more money into the game, so I can start for this next 7 days, start capitalising and make another couple hundred profit, which is probably the smart thing to do. However, is that the answer to everything all the time? As soon as you see no way out, the answer is just put more money into the game and just repeat the process. Some people might say that's the smart move to do. I'm kind of on the fence, I've got one, it's like that devil and the heaven talking to me at the same time. I'm trying to think, do I put more money in, capitalise, and then so I've got more money, or do I just ride it out, kind of go ghost for a week, don't do anything, just let these players ride it out, and then hope that they have some good games coming up. And that's one thing I wanted to just talk about, guys, is that at this point, I've been saying, I've been week in, week out, I've been, trading, I've been making money, £20 here, 50 quid there, I've had some real nice profits. At one point, I was like at £220, £230 just profit from a 500, so I was having a really good run. But then, I went and made the crucial mistake, which was started getting too confident and thought, well, instead of doing what's working for me, now I've actually got a nice amount of money, let's just go ahead and buy a real nice squad and spend £500-600, which, when this squad, fingers crossed, the Hoffenheim's, the stack that I've got, it does pay dividends. Hopefully at that time, I will start reaping some real nice, whether it's tier 3, tier 2, maybe the odd tier 1 if they all excel or they all, all do well. That's really what I'm looking for. But what you've got to remember is that may happen in a week from now, 2 weeks from now. That might be another month from now. So what am I doing? Am I just sitting on £500-600 worth of players, just sitting there for a month and doing nothing with them at all? They're just sitting there. I mean, look what they've done this week. Just to give you an example. So this is the team that I went with. Let's have a quick look here. We're going to the overview. Here we go. So, I mean, I didn't have a good week, and myself, you guys, you've seen what I get with the Liverpool squad that I normally put in. I normally always come out with a star player or tier 1. That's just how it works, because it's a full Liverpool stack, and Liverpool play in Champions League, they play in the Premier League, and, they don't get knocked out of cups very rarely. They always play very good, they score a lot of goals, don't concede a lot of goals, so I'm just always going to generally get given great rewards. However, this particular week, just everything went against me. Everything. Look, Fabinho didn't even play. We had Trent, didn't even play. I had Dzeko play against what's that, Sassuolo Calcio, so just another team. They lost. I just couldn't even believe it. They lost. They didn't even get a goal or anything played. In fact, he probably came on, if I remember correctly, in the last 20 minutes of the match or something. So it didn't even really contribute. The only two players that was there was Alisson, but you can't just rely on two players to hit you 70, 80 points, 70 points, 75 points. This is the worst week I've done in like 4 or 5 weeks, 177.8 points, so not great at all. I'm nearly at 80,000. There was only 90 or 1,000 that even went, so I'm basically looking at just a bang average tier 3 common. So this is basically getting me nothing. Champion Europe, granted, this is the best I've ever done, because normally I have players that don't even play. Normally I have players that get around 30 to 50 points max, and I might finish around 4,000 or 5,000 out of 5,500. This week I've completed, it says I'm at 2,631. If I finish there, then I finish there. But even so, they only give out 550 cards. To do the maths, only people in the top 550 getting it. I'm at 2,500. So I was miles away. I needed probably 330 points or something like that, and I was at 232. So I'm completely gone. And why? Ibrahima Sissoko, when I bought him, was delivering cracking scores, is now coming out with 20 odd points. Just, my mind baffles. Lucas Perrin, his teammate, granted, when I bought him, he was doing brilliant. He then dipped and he came out this week, so I can't say anything against that. Cracking, he came out with nearly 75 points, so brilliant. But then look at this. These players last week, I bought them last week when they were on a high. They were, they all came out with 50 to 45 to 70 points, so if not more, maybe 60 to 70 points. And this week, look at this. We've got 43 points, 39 points, 36 points. And this is what I'm trying to say to you guys, is that, just because last week they did absolutely amazing, you think I'm gonna basically copy and paste what somebody else did, it worked. That doesn't mean it's gonna work. They might have been waiting a month for that to happen. So I don't want to feel like I'm sort of like whinging or anything on this particular video, guys, because normally they are all sort of like uplifting, always good, and we're excited, and we are. At the end of the day, we are a gallery, a small gallery with only a dozen players. We're trying to reach higher than what we can really do for our budget. But what you got to remember is that you're not always going to have weeks where you're doing brilliant, and don't get yourself down and beat yourself up and think, oh, is it really worth it? Should I put more money in the game? And what's the right solution? My opinion is that whatever goes up comes down, and whatever goes down goes up. It's just, whether action is a reaction. So yes, these players are playing, these players are playing poor at the moment. But that's not to say they are going to. Again, if we look at just some of these players, we look at Lucas Perrin, and we'll just look at his SO5 scores really quickly, just to kind of give you an overview. And this is what you guys need to consistently do, is just look at the scores. So we look at the scores here, and we look at them, and forget these, because the season starts to come into it. You're really looking at sort of this now. For me, I always, like, the last 3 months, didn't have a run of form. He's then got light greens, dark green, light green, back to an amazing match. He dropped off, he's had a couple of light greens, and he's had a relatively good match. So this guy, is always going to give you around 45, 50 points, probably 50 points up to, say, 75 points. So he's always going to deliver. If you look at his last 5 here, 58, 51, 45, 55, 54. So again, you're looking at always 55 points, probably is an average 50 to 55, plus his XP and his bonuses. So this guy could probably give you 60 or something as an average. So don't stress out. Yes, I'm losing 15, 20 quid on this guy, but he could easily just make that back in 1 week. And once he does, we'll cash in, we'll get that money back. If we look at, this is the big one, Ibrahima Sissoko, is around £30-35 loss. This is going to take some doing to come back. But again, we look at his SO5 scores, and we see, let's just go to the last sort of 3 months, and we can quite clearly see, he drops off. He goes up, he goes down, he goes down. He has another run of form, he goes up, so he kind of peaks, he troughs, he peaks, he troughs. What he hasn't done here is trough and then peak back up, is troughed. This is when I bought him here. and then he's literally just dropped off 2 weeks back to back, which isn't great for me. That's how I've lost £35. However, now if he has a really cracking match and goes up to 80 points, 90 points, which he will do at some point, and once he does, fingers crossed, I make that £35, if not more, back. So it's a question of how long am I willing to wait, and will his price rise? You can't predict it. You've just got to guess, I suppose, and sort of have faith more than anything. So yeah, guys, this one isn't really to do with anything. I'm only gonna get a tier 3. I'm not gonna get anything from a champion Europe. I'm losing over £100 on my players. So right now, this is in terms of in the last 4 weeks we've been playing the game and entering squads and making money. This has to be the, we just said about peaks and troughs. This is 100% my trough right now. So I'm getting the shovel out, and all I can say is we're going to have to dig deep. What I'm not going to do though is throw money into the game. I could easily just put another £300 in and say, let's try and build on it. I'm not going to do that. I am going to persevere with it, because this is a long-term process, not a short-term quick fix. So you guys will find yourself in the same position that I'm in. If you are, don't worry, you're not alone. We're all in it together. And all I can say, guys, is the next video, because it's Champions League and my players, I'm almost certain, don't play, we will just submit squads anyway, just to get sort of training and get some percentages on them. But in reality, what we're going to do in this weekend is we're going to upload a video, and I'm going to show you some actual sites that I've been using, what's good about the sites, and how they will help you. We talked about the main two, which is Sorare itself, and sort of the sister one, which is Sorare Data. But there's other ones like FlashScore, FotMob, and there's a couple of others as well that I've been using. So we're going to talk in depth about them specific websites, how they're going to help you, and how to really, really get the most out of them. So that's going to be the next video. If you guys have any queries, any questions, as always, throw them in the comments. Again, once again, thank you very much for all the hardware the subscriptions that I'm getting, the likes that I'm getting, the notifications, everything, guys. Honestly, it means the world. When I'm at work like everybody else and I'm digging in and I get the odd message saying someone's subscribed or someone's liked or something like this, it just put a bit of a smile on my face, because I'm just like you guys. As you can quite clearly see, I'm no expert. I'm making money, but then I'm losing money, and so on and so forward. So it's a trial and error basis. We're all in it together. And again, once again, guys, invite your friends. So if you do want to do it, feel free. Sorare.com, jump on the link. Once you click on the link, buy yourself 5 players from the open market. Once you do that, you'll get yourself a free card. I'll get a free card, and it's just one extra to that magic number of 30 that we're looking for. So from me to you, it's your boy Ash. Like, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I'll see you on the next one.